Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, as you can tell by the title, I am going to talk about my 4th Disneyland Paris audition experience. I have done 3 of the Disneyland Paris auditions, and for all 3 of those I have made a similar video to this where I talk about my whole experience, what it was like, go into some details but not too much details where I'm giving too much information away. But if you want to go and see those, then I'll try and remember to link them down below, but if not, go over to Esme Ever After, because I'm pretty sure they're all on there. There could be one on here, but I made a Disney YouTube channel and I know that maybe all of them are on there or maybe just a couple of them are on there. I don't remember. But I've decided to put all of my content onto one channel from now on. If you have been watching me for a while or you've been watching me recently, you will know. This may be your first time seeing me, so just in case you don't know, I now put everything on here. I used to have a vlog channel and a Esme Ever After channel, which was my Disney YouTube channel, and they are still there, so there's still videos on there that can be watched. I just won't be uploading on there anymore. I'll just be uploading everything on here, unless there's any little extra bits that I want to upload on there, but pretty much everything's going to be on here now. But head over to there if you want to see the other ones, but I'll hopefully link them down below or on screen or somewhere. But this was my 4th time going to audition for Disneyland, and it was my 2nd time auditioning in London. The first 2 times I auditioned in Leeds, and then the second 2 times were in London. So if you don't know, it's usually every 3 months they do auditions for Disneyland Paris. They usually do a Sunday one in Leeds and then a Tuesday and a Wednesday, which are usually the Tuesday and Wednesday after, in London. And I went to the Leeds ones the first couple of times. So the last couple of auditions I've been to have been in London, and I went with my friend Franny again. We both went together for both the London auditions I've done so far, and we were really looking forward to it and also very nervous. And we got there, and to be honest, I wasn't really expecting there to be an audition this month, because usually it's every like 3 months, so I was expecting October, because the last time I went was July. So I was very confused as to why it was on already and it was all happening again so quickly. They must have just needed a few extra people, I don't know. Maybe they're changing how often they do it, I honestly don't know. We went down and we went on the Wednesday, so it was the 2nd day of London auditions. There wasn't as many people as I expected. I think it's the least amount of people I've ever seen at a Disney audition. Even the ones in Leeds I think had more. I could be wrong, it could be about the same amount, but usually, like, obviously it was only my 2nd time being at the London one, but last time I was there, there were so many people. The same with the last Leeds one I did actually. So I guess it just depends. You never really know, but with London you'd expect it to be a lot more busy, but it wasn't. I don't know if it's because a lot of people didn't know about it or it's because a lot of people are going back to uni. I don't know. There could be multiple reasons why there weren't many people there. So we went and we were stood outside. Usually we'd have to like queue outside until about 10. We got there about 8:45 even though registration wasn't till 10, just because we got an early train and we went and got something to eat and just went straight down there just because it was easier and just in case it got busy. But when we got there was loads of work going on outside of the dance studio. It's at Pineapple Dance Studios if you didn't know. There was some massive thing digging up the road. It was really loud. It was taking up most of the path. So I think they let us in because where we were stood it would have literally taken up the whole path. But it's quite a small street anyway, so I think the fact that most of the path was taken up already by this digger thing, they wanted just to get us out of the way and make sure we weren't taking up too much space outside, because people probably would have complained. We got sent into one of the dance studios and just sat in there for a little while, and more people started coming in, but it seemed really empty and it was so strange. And then we got chatting to one of the girls that was there, and then all of a sudden a lovely girl called Holly ran over and was like, "Oh my god, hi Esme." And straight away I realised who she was, and basically she had messaged me not too long ago about my video that I made and just asking for advice and stuff. And I ended up seeing her at the audition and it was so nice. And there was also a lovely girl called Hannah that I've been speaking to who was there as well, but I didn't get a chance to speak to her. So hello both of you if you're watching this. I really appreciate it so much that you guys watch my videos, or you have watched my Paris audition experience videos and you have taken the time to message me or come and say hi or say that you appreciate what I do. Anything, I just really appreciate that, and it's so cool to have people that actually want to talk to me because of my videos and stuff. I don't know, it's just weird, like it's crazy to me, and I didn't think I'd ever get that, and it's really, really nice. And that's one of the reasons why I do this, so yeah, thank you so much. But yeah, we were chatting to Holly as well. Eventually we all got sent to the sort of waiting area just outside the studio where the auditions are held, and we got given our numbers and the application form to give in, and then filled that all out like usual, and then went into the room and got measured and gave in our forms, and then just waited for the animation round to start. So same as always. There were a couple of people that were new, like part of like the team that were there. There's obviously like the casting people, like the wigs and makeup people and stuff, and there was a couple of new people that I hadn't seen before. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. They've got some different people this time. And then we had the presentation as usual, chatting through what happens if you get the job and some of the advantages and everything like that. And then we started getting into the animation round. Now, I learned about what the animation round entailed before I went to my first audition, so I kind of knew what to expect, and it was quite difficult but also quite fun. First time I went, it was just the walking forwards as a cowgirl, walking in a circle as a pirate, being a dwarf and all of that. You may know from other videos. I don't go into too much detail about exactly what happens in the auditions because I don't want to give too much away, because you're not really meant to, but that is what I'd learned was going to be in the first round of auditions, and that was the same for the second and third time I auditioned. But for the second and third time they added the Olaf section on the end, and it's more testing your, it's not necessarily part of the audition, it's just a bonus. So like if they like what they see, they know they can keep that. If they like how you do that section, they can keep it in mind for if you do go further on, and that can be another thing that you may be involved in. So like more like the show performance stuff as the character sets. So that's what that was for. And I love doing that. I love it so much. And the second and third time I auditioned, I got through to the dance round, so I was obviously doing something right. And then this time we still had that section on the end, but the general animation bit before that had changed. It was to the same music, but it was different, and instead of being like the pirate and the cowgirl and all of that, it was a lot more specific and it was quite different. There was a lot where you could make it your own, like you could interpret it in any way you wanted really. It was a lot about more the main man himself, Mickey Mouse, and sort of your emotions and how you'd show those, and by like opening a present and showing your reaction and stuff. It was a lot like that. And then there was a couple of extra little character bits, but it was mainly that, and it was very different to the original animation round that I was used to. So I was a bit nervous. I was like, oh my god, am I going to mess this up completely? But I really enjoyed it. I knew I would, but I think I did really well at it, and I didn't let it panic me because it was the first time doing it. Because at my first ever audition I was so overwhelmed and I was overthinking what I was doing so much that I think it stopped me from going full out. But that didn't happen for this one. I still went for it like completely, and I felt like I did really well. Obviously we did it in one big group and rehearsed it a few times, and then we split in smaller groups and then did our groups of 10 for the audition. And I didn't know whether the fact that there was so many less people than usual would be a good thing or a bad thing. I think it was a bad thing, unless it was just because that day I think they were just looking for something very specific that day, and not many people were getting through per round. I'd say like 2 to 3 per group of 10 were getting through to the second round, and I could tell straight away after the first few sets of 10, I was looking at Franny like, it's going to be difficult today. They're being quite harsh. They obviously want a very specific thing. I don't know what that was, because obviously they don't tell you, which is fine, but you just never know basically. So I'd gone through the animation a few times and practiced it, and I felt comfortable with what I was doing. I was trying to be a little bit different, but also do something that I knew I would be able to show off my best animation skills, I guess. So I think I did well, and I think what I did worked, so I'm happy with how I did personally. We got to our group of 10 and we did it. I didn't mess up or anything. I was really happy with how it went. I was really going for it, and I could see the main guy that runs the auditions, he kept looking at me quite a few times, so I thought, oh, maybe I have got a chance. I was feeling kind of not too great about, like, I wasn't convinced that I was going to get past the first round. after I'd seen how many people they were cutting. But then I could see in the corner of my eye that he kept looking, so I was like, maybe I will, but I don't know. I just had that little bit of hope. But unfortunately, that is where I got cut this time. So it just proves the point, like I was saying in the other videos, just because I got to the dance round those 2 times doesn't mean that's going to happen every time, and it doesn't mean that I will get through again. It could be that I don't get past 1 round another time I go, which is what happens. So it doesn't mean that my animation isn't what the sort of thing that they would look for to be a cast member there, because they've put me through for it before, so it can't be that bad. Do you know what I mean? So I know that I'm capable of doing it. It was obviously just, and I'm not saying like I'm amazing, so they were obviously just looking for something else that didn't involve me, because otherwise I would have got through because I'm the best. But that's not what I mean at all. I just know that they obviously like the way I do some of my animation stuff if they've put me through in the past. I don't know. That's how I'm seeing it anyway. It was just for this time round, it wasn't really about that. Maybe they were looking for certain people to play villains, maybe they were looking for a specific height, maybe they were looking for a specific face character. You just don't know. So even if your animation round was on point, like you were absolutely amazing, if you maybe didn't look like Cinderella, say if they were just looking for Cinderellas, you wouldn't know. And like, even if you did really well at the animation round, if you didn't have the look of Cinderella, that might mean you get cut. But it just all depends on what they're looking for, and you never know. So I did feel really down about it, to be honest, and I did get upset about it over the last couple of days, but I know that I am capable of getting further, and I know that it's not because I'm not good enough, because I know I can do it. It was just this time round I wasn't right for what they wanted, and I still haven't got through yet. So I've obviously never been right for what they wanted, but I mean, I've at least got past the first stage a couple of times now. But although it was really disheartening, it gets harder to be rejected every time you go, because the more you go, the more you want it. So it is difficult, but that is showbiz. That is what happens in this industry, and I totally get it. I have nothing against them rejecting me. Like, I know I'm not the most amazing person at performing, animating and stuff, but I do know that they have liked the way I do it in the past. So yeah, you just never know. But I was happy with how I did. I was proud that I was so confident with the way I did it, and I couldn't have really done much else. So that's all that matters. And I'll just go back again next time, and the time after that, and the time after that, and hopefully one day I'll get all the way. Sorry if I didn't go into as much detail as you may have wanted me to about the audition process, but there are so many videos talking about that, and because I've done multiple videos on this, I didn't want to repeat myself too much. And I just don't want to ruin the magic, and I don't want to go against what we're meant to do, because we're not really meant to talk about it too much. They say not to talk to the press about it. I know this isn't the press, this is just my YouTube channel, but again, I don't want to risk saying too much, and I don't want to ever stop me from being able to go and audition for my dream job and being able to have my dream job. So I don't want to risk talking about it too much, but there are so many videos of people's audition experiences where some go into more detail, some are just about their personal experience in general, and that's what I wanted mine to be about, just me saying what it was like for me personally and how I felt about it and stuff. But overall, I feel like I did well, but unfortunately I didn't get past the first round, and it was disheartening, but I'm sure I'll get there eventually. I'm sorry if I miss stuff out. I usually end up missing things out of my videos because I don't like to plan things too much, so I just talk about it and try and talk through it as I remember it, because I just find that better that way. But yeah, that's basically everything. The animation round was slightly different to usual, but I still feel like I did well, and there were less people, and I didn't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing, but they were being a lot more specific, and they were putting through people, like a lot less people than usual. So there was obviously something different they were looking for, and I wasn't fitted to what they were looking for this time round. But I still had a great time, and I do love going to those auditions, and I got to see and meet some lovely people while I was there, which is another great thing about the whole process. But yeah, that's everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you've ever auditioned before, or if you want any advice maybe about auditions, or you have any questions. I know It seems silly for me to give advice when I've not actually had a successful audition yet, but let me know if you've auditioned before or you want any advice, like I said, or if you audition this time round, let me know if there was a similar experience for you or anything like that. Also, if you ever want to message me privately, you're more than welcome to, like on my Twitter and my Instagram, which I'll always link down below. My Instagram is Esme Hill and my Twitter is Esme_Hill_. If you ever want to message me about it, feel free, or just follow me on there, whatever you want to do. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't already. I'm so close to 800 subscribers, which is amazing. I know it's not a big number, and it's also not about the numbers in terms of YouTube, but I am really excited about that and really grateful that I have that many people that are interested in my videos most of the time. I will see you in the next video, which will be my first ever Disney vlog, my Disneyland California trip. The one where we go to downtown Disney and I show you around the hotel we stay at, and then from now on they will be going up every Sunday. I'm so excited for you to see these vlogs. Honestly, they are my favourite vlogs ever. I haven't finished editing them all yet, but the ones I have I'm just so happy with, and I'm so excited for you to see them. It's just unreal, like literally unreal. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you enjoy those Disney vlogs coming soon and any other videos on this channel. Bye!